Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Fink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that the US could increase their Bitcoin holdings with more than 127,000 Bitcoin, and how I'm going to tell you in this video. Also, let's talk about yesterday's Jerome Powell talk. What was he mentioning? Which were the highlights? And yeah, we had our daily Donald Trump tweet this time about China won't buy our soybeans kind of thing. Blackrock is still accumulating, and some others as well when it comes to Bitcoin spot ETFs. And also now Larry Fink, the CEO of Blackrock, is not just talking about Bitcoin anymore, but also talking about crypto. So all these guys in today's video, and don't forget, every single day I'm bringing you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important, simply subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and now let's do it. All right, and now when we're looking at the prices, we can see Bitcoin actually not major, but 2% up in the last 24 hours with this 112,435 US dollar. Ethereum a bit more than 5% up, 4,119 US dollar. The top gainer is Zcash 18% up, Plasma 16% up, and we have Morpho up 16%. Losers, we have MYX down 9%, FET down 6%, and Memecore down about 3%. And when we're looking at the Bitcoin candlestick chart, we still can see that now the V-shaped recovery really hasn't started yet, and this is what we're waiting for, because you know, if it's this getting weaker and weaker, now here going sideways and then just going down, this is definitely not a good sign. So Bitcoin and the whole crypto market should hold itself stronger, to be honest with you. Yes, usually the better gains are in the second part of October, so basically from now on towards the end of October, but we'll see how this is going to play out, because when we're looking at the days, usually you know, in cycles, according to that one, we are about the end of the cycle. But now the situation is a bit different, and will this have an impact on it or not? This is what we're going to see in the future for sure. So I'm watching the market closely to be able to react on time. Okay, and now let's move on to the first topic, how the US is kind of accumulating Bitcoin, well, in an interesting way and kind of big amounts. So let's talk about it. So we do know that the US really got their first huge portion of Bitcoin, roughly 200,000 Bitcoin from the Silk Road case, right? So basically didn't buy that Bitcoin, but you know, just because of the criminal case, they got it. And now in the same way, similar way, they can actually accumulate another big chunk. So the US government could add 14 billion US dollar of to crypto, to their crypto reserve as part of the forfeiture case. So the US said it would pursue forfeiture of the Bitcoin holdings tied to a Cambodia-based company if the alleged ringleader were convicted. And so in Tuesday notice from the US Justice Department, authorities said they had filed forfeiture complaint against 127,271 Bitcoin worth about 14.4 billion US dollar at the time of publication. So also the Justice Department said the Bitcoin was presently in the custody of the US government. And you know, if this whole thing plays out and they get this Bitcoin, then you know it's going to be massive. If you're looking at the countries, you know, holdings, you can see that now US is in the lead with roughly 200,000 Bitcoin, and China just behind it. But with this amount, they would be definitely the leader when it comes to countries. It's a huge portion. And yeah, here you can see also the whole thing. So if it's really happening, US will lead this race when it comes to countries quite heavily, and this definitely going to have an impact on other countries' accumulation as well. Okay, and now let's talk about the next topic. The next topic is what Jerome Powell said yesterday. So yesterday we had another speech by Jerome Powell. And well, when we're looking at the highlights here, that so first of all, Fed's Powell suggests tightening program could end soon and opens door to rate cuts. So this was definitely positive for the market. So the data is showing that the economy is largely where it was in September. The data before the shutdown suggests growth may be better than expected. Labor market weakness justifies the September rate cut, so probably is going to continue. Basically, Powell is saying growth is decent and labor market is weak, so rate cuts continue to be part of forward. And yes, we are above 90% for the chance to have a rate cut at the end of this month, at the 29th of October, at the next FOMC meeting, and probably another rate cut could follow at the December meeting as well. All right. Okay. Meanwhile, we had a mysterious whale just around, Powell's speech. First of all, yesterday placed a kind of huge short order, and then moved it. Finally closed this 500 million short. This is a 10 billion Hyperion whale, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It's the same whale who actually placed the short before Trump's announcement. So yeah, I don't know what they know, how they play it, but it's a bit shady, to put it this way. Okay, and now when talking about Trump announcements. Here we go. Here's another one. China won't buy our soybeans. We can produce cooking oil ourselves. And this made the market now recently reddish. Here is the one post in more details. So crazy. It's a never-ending story. They're really playing with the market. But when we're looking at in long term, we can see that, Bitcoin, crypto, blockchain is definitely something what is hot, and big guys, Blackrock and others keep accumulating, and we have Larry Fink who actually now talking about crypto quite brightly when it comes to its future. So here we have the interview. Let me just stop it. Okay, I'm muted.
Yeah. I do believe we're just at the beginning of the tokenization of all assets, from real estate to equities to bonds across the board. There's $4.1 trillion of money in city globally in digital wallets. A lot of that money is outside the United States. If we could tokenize an ETF, digitize that ETF, we could have investors who are just beginning to invest in markets through, let's say, crypto. They're investing in it, but now we could get them into the more traditional long-term retirement products. So we look at that as the next wave of opportunity for BlackRock over the next tens of years, as we start focusing, moving away from traditional financial assets by repotting them in a digital manner, and then having people stay in that digital ecosystem. I do believe.
As you can see, so he's really bullish, and he's talking about BlackRock's future going in this direction the next couple of 10 years. So yeah, and meanwhile, when it comes to accumulation, recently, yesterday, you had a small outflow from BlackRock, but altogether, BlackRock is just keep buying Bitcoin. And again, the inflows came back to Bitcoin spot ETFs, also for Ethereum spot ETFs. So when we're looking at the big picture, it definitely shows that crypto Bitcoin has a future. When we're looking at in short term, yes, the market can be shaky. The market is heavily manipulated recently. Therefore, you never know what tomorrow will bring. When you're using leverage trading or high leverage, you are in a big risk. Of course, it can turn out good, but you should be aware of it, because right now the market is extremely crazy, put it this way. What we have seen last Friday, we have never seen something before, and who knows what the future will bring. So it's really difficult to calculate it. That's why it's very important that you aware of this danger and act accordingly. Guys, that's it for today. Don't forget, every single day I'm bringing you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important, simply subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.